I have four panel members. I have Mahesh Kumar CV, co-founder and chief AI officer, Orbit Shifters Inc. Hyderabad. Then we have Dr. Venugopala Rao Manneni, data scientist, Madiva.io, Hyderabad. Amol Nithave, founder and CEO of Evolving X Pune. And then Dr. Love Kumar, associate professor, BITS Pilani, Hyderabad. Welcome, panel members.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Narendra. I'm just trying to unmute the panel members.
Thank you.
Give me 1 minute.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Venu.
Yeah, Venu.
Yeah.
Venu is there.
Yeah, I'm audible. Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Love Kumar, you there? Amol?
Do we have Amol Nithave and Dr. Love Kumar in the session?
Dr. Love Kumar, you there? I don't see in the list.
Amol, are you there?
Yeah.
Venu is there. That's Venu, there is
I'm there. Yeah.
a little bit background noise is there. Just try to manage.
On my side?
Yeah. And now it's clear.
Okay.
Dr. Love? Okay, meanwhile, we'll start. I'm the moderator for this session today. The panel discussion is AI going to kill jobs or create jobs? Venu, I just want you to share your insights on will AI kill jobs by automation? Well, what are your different insights and perspectives?
Yeah. Firstly, thanks for having me here. Certainly, yes. Some extent, it will take. AI will take. Automation will take some jobs, but not full extension. In my perspective, because if you see humans try to take the three types of decisions. One is the strategic decision. Second one is the tactical decision, and third one is the operational decision. So the tactical decisions, the strategic decisions are the decisions, where we humans need to take the decision based on the gut feel and experience based decision. Like where I need to invest, do I need to buy this property or not? So these decisions is more of human driven. And second one is the tactical decisions. These are the decision, on day to day life we are taking the decisions. And the third one is the operational decision. These are the decisions in the operational nature. So out of three decisions, if you see, the most, today, out of these three decisions, there is a lot of scope that, automation will take the decision, completely automate from the operational perspective. So that means the operational decisions are mostly taken there by the AI in the automation. So some of the, I have some of the figures with me. As for the NOSCOM, 5 million of the job.
Yes, brother.
These are. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead, Venu. Guys,
yeah,
please
as
unmute yourself.
that 5 million jobs will be, by end of 2020, 5 million jobs will be automated, through AI. And out of these three decisions, the operational decisions are almost getting, taken care by the automation. But still, that's why I'm saying it's not full extent, and to some extent the operations will be getting automated, but not the decisions. At least the decisions which require some kind of strategic thinking. What will happen right now out of 100% decision? Right now, people are taking 50%. Right now, people are taking 1 minute. Let me take out this statistics. People are, right now, if you see around 2020 or 1920 around, 50% of the strategic decisions and 37% of the tactical decision, 5% of the operational decisions people are taking. But by 2025, so all the decisions, the systems will be taken care by the 60% of the decisions, which are mostly from the operational and tactical nature. So that's why, if you are thinking your work is only at the operational perspective, yes, there is a chance of, automation. Yeah, that's what my perspective.
Perfect. Thanks, Venu. We'll proceed to Amol.
Yeah.
Amol, will AI kill jobs by automation? Could you please share some insights? You're unmuted now. Yeah. Hey, Amol, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah. Just a second. Different.
Amol, your voice is too low, Amol.
Yeah, I'm connecting. How about now?
Better. Yeah.
Is it clear? Mahesh, am I audible?
You're audible, but a lot of.
Venu, can you mute yourself, Venu, please? Because of the background noise. Thank you.
Yeah. So first thing that we need to consider that the entire world is on the verge of Industrial Revolution 4.2. Now, the earlier revolutions, just mark my words, the earlier revolutions were just like a wave or tide. But this IR4 is going to be like a tsunami, which will eradicate all the repetitive work, repetitive tasks, and the profiles, and it will get replaced either by the automation or AI. Now, the answer whether the AI will eliminate a lot of jobs or not, the answer is yes. Now, we can categorize different tasks, like something which is very repetitive, just like a bank cashier or travel agent. It will be completely reduced or eliminated with new AI, new automation technologies, new frameworks. Few things where the human intervention is required. For an example, HR manager or even a nurse. Now these profiles will get empowered by AI. It will not get eliminated, but it will get empowered by AI. For an example, if a nurse is using some AI-based tool or some process to increase the efficiency of the service that she is offering to a patient, that will be kind of empowerment which will AI will offer to such kind of profiles. And also there would be a lot of new opportunities in future, like data scientists could be one of the opportunities, or developers for writing a lot of predictive models which will ease the operations of a lot of businesses, a lot of industries, a lot of processes, and a new service or a new product or a new tool will come to help human species to increase the efficiency. So the answer to this question, again, we can't forget the subjectivity of each and everything. So it is very subjective, something which is very repetitive of nature, which could be automated, which could be empowered with AI, it will definitely get eliminated. But that shouldn't mean that all professions will go for a toss. I'll give you a very small example. Now consider the profession of a photographer. Now earlier, in old days, we used to use plate cameras. Then we started using roll cameras. After that, we started using SLR. Now we have DSLR. Now the modus operandi of this photography profession has changed. The technology, the methodology, the different features of a camera, it has changed a lot. But the photography profession remains same as it is. People are taking photography. And in fact, with the help of DSLR, there are a lot of new opportunities. Earlier, it was only we used to do photography in few functions or few family gatherings. But now, even if you take an example of a marriage, there is pre-wedding photo shoot, there is pre-wedding videography, there is during wedding, there is after wedding photography and videography. So this has been a new opportunity for the profession of photographers. And parallelly, that digitization of that particular photography process has enabled a lot of new avenues as well, like online meeting platform, which is empowered by that digital camera. Today's conference, we are able to interact with each other because of this digital camera on my laptop or on your system or on your phone. So same thing will happen with AI as well. Of course, it will eliminate the redundant part, something which is very repetitive of nature, but it will empower a lot of processes with a lot of new features, functionalities, and efficiency. Yes, Mike.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there is a clear differentiation between automation and artificial intelligence. So if you see the definition of AI, AI is like creating an intelligent system which behave like humans. What is automation? Automation is something which you can make, you can make simpler. If you see that some repetition task is happening, you can fix them. I mean, you can write a function and make it. Automation, a person will sit there, right, and make all rules, create a function. That's what I'm saying. See, if most of the people feel that, now we are, I think AI is also got a little bit hyper because, most of the success of the AI comes through the, games. But, real business is not like games. So games have very clear, rules and regulation. Rules. But, but when you talk about this automation, if you know the rules very clearly, you can make it automate. Hence, those kind of activities will be automated. Hence, there is a threat of the jobs. But
correct.
But all the businesses are not like games. We don't know. It's like your business is not as simple as your game rules. You don't know what exactly the rules. So you don't know what is the clear problem. I mean, what is your clear objective function? Business is very dynamic. So if you doesn't know if you doesn't aware of your optimization function very clearly, those situations, I think the AI may not replace the complete job. There, I think both humans and AI needs to work together for the better output.
Correct. And also there will be a lot of demand of new services. Earlier, there were very limited services, very limited facilities. The customer satisfaction quotient was very low, but now we have customer delight. And to fulfill that, there are a lot of new services coming up. Now, to manage that in most efficient way, there has to be a mechanism to manage a load on system. A lot of data analysis part will be there, and human can't work on that scale compared to the machine. And that's why we have to instill our intelligence in machines so that it will take care of such things, and we can focus on the strategic part or something which is more easy for us. And this AI will complement to expand our program, expand our product, expand the reach of our services, and we can manage the load together. So human intelligence plus artificial intelligence will go hand in hand to handle a lot of load coming on system and in different businesses.
Thanks, Amol and Venu.
And also,
have Professor Love as well. Love, will AI kill jobs by automation? What is your opinion on this?
Yeah. So actually, I have also checked some research paper related to that. So what I observed that, so there is something contradiction between these two terms, whether the AI will kill a job or not. So based on that, some researcher of America, they have conducted some survey. And based on the survey, first they have conducted the survey, and after that they observed like that, the 70% of the employer are going to observe like that, the AI will kill the job. Okay, so 20% of the employer. But when asking the same question, means the same question whether you have some possibility to lose your job or not, then in this case they are going to observe like that only 23% are going to agree I will lose the job. So this is just like a contradiction. Means whether one time the developer or employer or think like that the AI will kill the job, and the second time when asking the same question whether it will kill your job, whether your job is in risk position or not, then in this case only we are getting the 23% positive response. Means only 23% out of 70%. Means this is just like a contradiction. But in the some area definitely the AI will lose, means kill the job, like your bookkeeping area. Means previously what we are going to do, we are putting the record, we are hiring some clerk or we are hiring some employee to only to put all the transaction that is happening in your company or any company. But nowadays what we are going to do, we are using some app. So definitely it will kill those types of job, means clerical job, but again it will also offer the new job that is used to handle this AI platform. There are also so many applications are there where definitely the AI will kill the job, but simultaneously it will also offer the new job, because with using the AI developer, then we can access or we can handle the AI model, because it will totally depend upon your data, it will totally depend upon your training or something like that. So this is my observation based on this content.
Perfect, Kumar. Thank you. So as we started with the bad news that AI is going to kill jobs. Now the good news is that will AI create new jobs? Like in the reality, if you look at 80% of work is related to data wrangling, data pre-processing. So that's where we are going to get new designations, new job roles like a data labelers, data wrangler, data pre-processor. So these are the new job roles we never had in the past. So now the question is again to the panel: will AI create new jobs? Like as I said, data labelers, data pre-processors, data detective, etc.
Yeah. Basically, there is a huge chance of creating, getting new jobs through the AI. If you see the industry 4.0, we have seen a lot of data explosion and the computation power is increased. And with the latest technology, what happened? The way the industries are operated, it completely changed their services. Earlier, most of the services are being reactive. Now, with the help of data, with the technology, we are becoming more proactive rather than reactive. And also earlier most of the reports are static. Now we are seeing online and analytics. And third one, it's not like a volume. Basically people are looking for value. And this is one of the most observation what we observed is earlier technology, people build technology for business. Now what is happening? Now people are building business around the technology. Let's say we have a lot of sensor data. Now as we have like latest developments in the infrastructure, computation power, we have a lot of data. Now it's like pressure to how to build the business out of the technology. Now if you see the most of the manufacturing companies, they have a lot of sensor data, but what to do with the data? That's why there is a huge opportunity created for the predicting early maintenance, predictive maintenance. Like these kind of applications are also emerging. Like it's now most of the personal level. It's like a one segment. Now every company wanted to give the most personalized service to the customer. If you see these transactions, there is enough opportunity for the people who can take the data and provide the business direction. Obviously computers are not good at taking the decisions. That's why, as I told you earlier, the humans and the computers work together for the better purpose. That's why now the problem is we have so many algorithms which can do the better optimization, better optimization for the function, but what to optimize is the question. But what to optimization is always comes from the humans, with the proper domain knowledge, with the proper data. And in the era of the big data, we need to be like, if you see the complete machine learning pipe cycle also, in the CRISP-DM pipe cycle also, around 60 to 70% of our effort is going for data pre-processing data, this thing. That in the era of the big data, most of the companies are feeling that even though we have the big data, it's not the big data solve your problem. The relevance of the data is very important. How much data is relevant for the model? So that relevance comes from always from the human beings and domain experts, and the people who have the better visibility toward the problem. That's why I'm saying definitely there is a huge opportunity for the humans, with this technology changes, like as I told you that even though there are some jobs are getting automated, there is a huge opportunity created for some jobs like virtual, augmented, VR, AR, and robotics. There are a lot of jobs are getting also created. So that's what my take.
Thanks,
The
Venu.
humans need to define the problem. Humans need to find the optimum, objective function, and use the machines to minimize that objective function and take the decisions from the computer-driven algorithms and apply on the business. So it's both ways.
Perfect.
You have threat, you have opportunity. If you use the technology to reskill yourself, you are at the positive side. If you don't, you are at the negative side. That's what my take.
Perfect, Venu. Thank you. And one of the Crow survey says that 65% of students are going to work on jobs that do not exist. That means there is the one kind of proof which says eventually we are going to have a new job roles. Will AI create new job roles like data wrangler, data protector, data ethicist? So what is your take on this, Amol?
Yes, first I will focus on what are the different steps of the artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, what are the different steps? So the first one is data collection. Means the first important step is data collection. Here we will also find some new types of job, because while collecting the data, we need some employment that will look about the data. Means what types of data we are collecting, whether the data has good quality or not. Then the second thing is your data pre-processing. Here we have to also find whether this data is feasible for this objective or not. Because sometimes when we are collecting the data, we have no any idea what purpose we will use the data. So as for example, simple example, student management system. So in the student management system, we are going to collect all the information, something like the student ID, student name, age, date of birth, then CGPA, marks in the different subjects. We are collecting all the data. But now assume that we are getting one requirement like that. How many students whose CGPA is greater than 9.8? So in this case, all the features are not important. Only one feature is important, that is called the CGPA. Means that will come under the data pre-processing. So same like that here also, some job will definitely created on the data pre-processing. Means how to pre-process this data, how to find whether this feature is relevant for this objective or not. Then we will go for the algorithm, because not a single algorithm will always give the best result. So some case the support vector machine will give the best result. Some case the neural network will give the best result. But it is not possible like that a single technique will give the always best result for all types of data, because the performance of the technique will totally depend upon the type of the data. So same like that here also the job will created who will think about the what types of algorithm we will apply on this data set. What types of algorithm? There are various types of algorithm are there. They can also propose the new algorithm based on the existing algorithm. So here also there are so many jobs are there. After that, the next step is your performance evaluation. How to check whether this model is going to deploy or not. That is also the part of the testing. Means here we will also test the quality of the data. Here we will also test the quality of the testing data and the quality of the model. So definitely some job will offer related to the testing of AI application, because that is totally different from the testing of the software system. Testing of the AI application is totally different. Then the next one is also an important step is the deployment. So when you are going to deploy this model, then again we need some employer that will take care of all the deployment. So these are the various phase, and every phase some employments are required, because previously manually we are doing all the things. So a single employer, 2 or 3 employer managing all the things. But nowadays what we are going to do, we need some employer that will take care of the data, that will take care of quality of the data, outliers of the data. And the next one is pre-processing. Their objective is to find what features are important for this objective. They can also remove the highly correlated feature. Then the next one is the job is to select the best algorithm, which algorithm will fit for this data set. Next one is check the quality of the model, whether this quality is good to deploy or not. Next one, your deployment. So these are the various phases of the artificial intelligence, and each phase definitely it will create job, but it will also reduce the time. Because previously the manually we are doing all the things, but now we can use the artificial intelligence. So definitely it will improve the performance as well as it will reduce the time to take the decision. This is my view.
Thanks, Love. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So Amol, what's your take on this? Well, we are
So
going to have a
basically,
new kind of a job roles like a data wrangler, data protector, data ethicist.
yeah. So the question you had asked, the sentence, if you look at the sentence of that particular question, it says 65% of the students will be working on something they are not even aware of. Or it could be a new job or there could be a gap.
It's not
Now,
aware of. It's
why?
not going to exist. The kind of 60% of
Correct, correct,
students are going to work on jobs that do not exist. So that means it's a new
correct,
job
correct,
roles.
correct. So I'll just give you an example. Let's take an example of a game of cricket where we have an umpire. Now today it is completely human centric. When we play cricket, that umpire is the only person who takes a decision, right? But with AI, this part will get automated. Now there could be image processing empowered with AI and all, so the human presence of umpire in a game would not be required. Now we need some person who can manage that entire system of taking decisions, giving the decisions, and continuing the game as per the rules and all. So we need some person who can manage this kind of thing. This is just a small example. Similarly, everything will get automated or empowered by the AI, and a lot of companies will come up with lots of new solutions, new portfolios, which is empowered by the AI, and which today does not even exist. Today, still we have umpire in the game, but tomorrow we may not be having the umpire in the game. So similarly, there will be a lot of new opportunities which currently does not exist, but in future it will come. So definitely 60% or even more than that, students currently who are pursuing the engineering, they will be working on something completely different. There will be a lot of automation. There will be a lot of AI driven services. There will be a lot of AI driven products or tools. And we have no clue at this point in time about those. Very few scientists and all, or knowledgeable people like you, who have vast knowledge and can predict the future scope, they are aware, but a lot of youth is not even aware, or even such kind of jobs does not even exist in today's life. So definitely there will be a lot of new opportunities and a lot of new upskilling is required to work and to be relevant in the future. Yes, Mahesh.
Perfect, Amol. Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for your sharing your insights. So to conclude, yes, AI is going to kill a lot of traditional jobs. Eventually, there will be decrease in the jobs. But the good news is that we are going to have a huge number of new opportunities. If you look at the kind of a loss, what we are going to have, more than that, we are going to have a new jobs. So that's it for the
Correct.
panel. Over to you, Harish. Narinder, back to you.
Thank you very much, Mahesh. Thank you, Lavkumar. Thank you,
Yeah, thank you
Ambi
all.
and Renu. Thank you very much for a discussion. Now we have a special guest speaker right now.